The years were not kind to these celebrities. We're counting down the top 10 celebs who didn't age well again. Johnny Depp was a young heartthrob when he burst onto the Hollywood scene. Now in his 60s, Johnny is nearly unrecognizable. He unveiled a clean-shaven look in recent years on a tour with Jeff Beck. Fans were accustomed to seeing him with his signature mustache and facial hair. A guest blogger for the New York Post in 2015 wrote, "The actor's face, chiseled just a few months ago, had swelled into a puffy oval, and the rest of his body looked as if it had gotten just as round. His hair appeared greasier than usual, and topping off his look, one of his teeth was red for some mysterious reason, a stain, a stray piece of cranberry, some sort of pirate thing? We have no idea." In 2019, he said, "It has been well reported that I have been open about my challenges with alcoholism and addiction throughout my life." At the beginning of her music career, Madonna oozed sex. So much so that she released a coffee table book titled Sex. It received negative attention from the media, but sold 1.5 million copies at $50 a pop. Now, 4 decades later, Madonna is still spending a lot of energy to appear young and hot. Madonna performs in spandex and leotards, something more fitting for a younger performer. But if Madonna embraced a more mature look, especially now that she's in her 60s, she would be aging more gracefully. With an acting career that spans nearly 40 years, Geena Davis has long been in the public eye. This is thanks to movies including Thelma and Louise, Beetlejuice, and A League of Their Own. In a rare public outing recently, Geena was running errands and looked almost unrecognizable. She walked around Los Angeles barefoot with a pink cat sweater and bell-bottom jeans. Geena didn't have children until she was in her 40s. She had her daughter, Eliza, when she was 46, and her twin sons, Caius and Kyan, both were born when she was 48 years old. Mel Gibson has had quite the roller coaster career in Hollywood. His biggest roles, including the Lethal Weapon and Mad Max franchises, are long behind him. He's pivoted to directing, with films such as The Passion of the Christ and Apocalypto. Mel has had a string of public controversies, including homophobic slurs, anti-Semitic rants, and sexist viewpoints. He's had to apologize for his words and actions multiple times. His image was further tarnished by several arrests and drinking and driving cases. His heavy drinking has caught up to him physically as well, leaving him bloated. Lisa Robin Kelly had small roles on TV in shows such as The X-Files and Charmed, before landing her most well-known role as Laurie Foreman on That 70s Show. She was Eric Foreman's older and promiscuous sister. Lisa left the series during the middle of the 3rd season, later admitting, "With That 70s Show, I was guilty of a drinking problem, and I ran." Due to drug and alcohol abuse, Lisa seemed to age decades in just a few years. Days after checking into rehab in 2013, she died in her sleep due to multiple drug intoxication. When Macaulay Culkin is evoked, most think of him as the cute child actor from Home Alone. But now that he's in his 40s, he's vastly different. Part of it comes from the natural process of aging, given the fact that while he looked cute as a child, the same face isn't going to look the same as an adult. He's also had a past with substance abuse. In 2004, he was arrested in Oklahoma for possession of marijuana, alprazolam, and clozapine. Long-term drug abuse would certainly have an effect on one's health and looks. Elvis Presley is known as the king of rock and roll. His highly energetic and sexual performances garnered him much success and controversy. By the mid-70s, his career was waning and Elvis ballooned in weight. He reportedly weighed 350 pounds when he died in 1977, a far cry from the 180 he weighed a decade earlier. Near the end of his life, he was reportedly eating 10 to 12,000 calories a day. Journalist Tony Shearman wrote that by early 1977, Presley had become a grotesque character of his sleek, energetic former self, grossly overweight, his mind dulled by the pharmacopoeia he daily ingested. He was barely able to pull himself through his abbreviated concerts. Lil' Kim is one of the most influential women in hip-hop, constantly pushing boundaries and breaking records for over 25 years. While most criticism against Kim has been for her previous convictions, these days it's been more about her looks. Early in her career, she mentioned that she had her nose broken and had to fix it multiple times. While her plastic surgery initially stemmed from a violent altercation, she's gotten more work done by choice. A lot of her changes stem from insecurities she's faced her whole life. These have ranged from ex-boyfriends to her own father. In 2017, Melanie Griffith opened up about her plastic surgery and how it drastically changed her looks. She said, "I didn't realize I had gone too far until people started saying, 'Oh my God, what has she done?' I was so hurt when I went to a different doctor and he started dissolving all of this stuff that this other woman doctor had put in. Hopefully I look more normal now." She's also struggled with substance abuse, going to rehab twice for painkillers and drug addiction. Melanie said, "I was a totally functioning mom. I didn't do some things I probably should have done, but mostly I was there for my kids." These days, Meg Ryan doesn't make many public appearances, but in May 2023, she made a rare public appearance to support Michael J. Fox and his documentary, Still. Despite more than a decade of speculation about her appearance, she hasn't admitted to any cosmetic work. In 2015, she said, "Are not sitting around here talking, well, sometimes there are conversations like that, but the people I value talk about kids growing up, what kind of world they are going into, what are we eating, what are we breathing." During her public appearance, some social media users took aim at Meg's face and how she looks very different.